right, we are live on the stream on our now um, monthly Alice stream. And we are supposed to be launching a Kickstarter right now. And there's a really long but short and funny story about that. I worked all night on getting that all set up, and it's all beautiful and ready to go. And apparently there's a whole verification stage. So we have to wait another few days, but this is not a bad thing. Um, we have some really fun things in store for everyone today. And one of those things, first of all, we've got Clint Carney on the stream with us. So Clint's here. He's going to
Hello.
be he's going to be directing a really fun music video for our upcoming release for As Above, So Below. We've got Tosh here, our head panda, if you will, and yeah, so it's just been an interesting journey. The last 24 hours, I'm going on very little sleep, and you know, I'm here, love you, mean it, you know. Um, and so yeah, we're going to go through everything about the Kickstarter. We'll play you all the things we've got for it. We have all the levels and tiers set up. We're really excited. We have some amazing new art. We've got an incredible photo. You saw it on the intro screen that Nathan Trowbridge just did last week, literally. And, we're just super excited. And we apologize again about another delay, but we appreciate everyone's patience as we get ready to like really go into the full launch, which will probably happen this week. And something we will have in store for everyone. We'll go into doing some like giveaways and contests leading up to the actual real launch. Now that we have another few days in front of us. But yeah, how are you guys doing?
I just wanted to say a quick shout out to everyone. Thanks y'all so much
Yeah,
for hanging out. I'm seeing some awesome friends in the chat. Yes, I see a fellow coffee drinker there. I think we are all drinking coffee right now. It's been that week, and I think it's been that month. Although I see Rybin Card is drinking his Alice tea. That is awesome. Hope you're enjoying that.
that's good.
Yes,
Proper
yes,
tea,
yes, yes.
proper tea.
Yes. How are you, Clint?
I'm doing good. Happy to be on the stream. So, hello everyone watching, and hi Scott and Tosh.
Hello.
Hey, it's good to have you. Oh man. But yeah, it was literally like it's just been such a frantic journey for me. Like a Kickstarter is awesome. I was telling Clint this earlier. It's great for organizing thoughts around launching an entire line of like stuff, basically, So, not only do we have like uh our new album, which is just like like the second part of As Above, So Below, where we have a double CD, like sort of deluxe edition. We have a vinyl that we're going to be putting out, and like all these box sets, new T-shirt design. Oh my God, there's so much stuff, and I'm really excited to share it. We were supposed to launch it and today, but Kickstarter is holding us back. So yeah, we'll go through everything,
I
and
can't wait to see all the new stuff you have in store.
yes, it's gonna be fun.
I think what's really cool about putting together a Kickstarter, because we haven't really done one in quite some time, is that it really makes you think about what you want to put out in the world. So it's like when we really thought about, we're like, who is our dream team? Like Clint Carney.
Oh.
Mhm.
And like, what are the things that we really want to create around this body of work? Because this is going to be closing a chapter that we started in 2020. And so like really organizing your thoughts and we've been listening to all y'all because there's been so many suggestions of different things that people would be interested in. And so yeah, it's been kind of a deep process to be like, well, what does this actually mean? Because I think you get in the thick of the creative process sometimes and it makes you take a step back and go like, okay, what's the big picture, you know?
Yeah, no, it really forces you to like really think long and hard about it, which is great. And in another universe, we would something up like completely separate from another platform. But we're really excited to use Kickstarter because it's basically like batteries included, and we're in a place right now where we need efficiency in our lives, because we just want to get the music out. We want to get things into your hands. We want to tour. We want to complete this chapter, which we started all the way back in 2020. So yeah, we're excited to get it done. And thanks for hanging in there with us. I'm seeing a question from Ronnie Thompson in the YouTube saying, Khaleesi is inquiring about your wrist. How is everything going with that? Yeah, my wrist is fine. I do so much work on the computer that I've had issues with, like, I don't know what you would call it. Not so much tendonitis, but I've had just like some random wrist pain and stuff. So this definitely helps for anyone who like works on the computer a lot and plays instruments and does a lot of things with their hands. I highly recommend using some sort of wrist protection, definitely. But thanks for asking.
Yeah, it's really sweet.
Mhm.
Ryben is mentioning that they're glad that we used Kickstarter as the platform. Yeah, I mean, we were thinking about like what platform to use because in the Alice camp, we tend to really love the DIY approach. Like that's part of the reason why we haven't done Patreon so far, is like we built out our own platform. So, many of y'all are part of the inner circle. And that's something that we've loved having. And I think Patreon is awesome as well. But yeah, we did consider like having our own platform, but we were like, okay, this is going to be a whole different beastie to build that out. So maybe
Mhm.
in the future, when we have a little more time, we can build our own platform. But I think for now,
Yeah,
everyone's familiar with Kickstarter. So yeah.
yeah, we're just so excited. And Clint here is going to be directing a really awesome music video for Say My Name. We don't want to give too much away about the actual video and everything, but Clint, do you want to like talk a little bit about it? And feel
Yeah,
free to
sure,
mention whatever
sure.
you want and hold back whatever you want.
I guess I should ask,
Yeah,
has your audience heard the song yet or no?
not fully. We've been releasing it in like bits and pieces, like here and there. We've had it as background for like some highlight reels and stuff like that, but we're trying to keep it we're trying to really keep it close to the chest right now.
Sure, yeah.
So
Well,
our yeah. Oh, go ahead.
no, no, go for it.
I was just going to say the only people that have really heard it are inner circle members. So they've heard the whole thing and they're really stoked about it.
Cool.
So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll start out by saying that for me, it is my personal new favorite Alice song. So, yeah, I love it. I've listened to it a million times now, just working on the concept for the video and so forth. And yeah, I love it, and I can't wait to dive in and do a video for it. So, yeah, I guess just a little bit about my involvement for anyone who doesn't know how I fit into the Alice world. I directed the animated music video for Love is Forever, if you guys have seen that one. I also did the robot sequence in the electrical video. And then if you go back in time to Mankind is Obsolete, I directed the video for Lucifer's song for that. So that's and then of course, Scott and Tosh are just amazing people that I am grateful to have in my life. So happy to be working on this. So a while back, when they had an earlier version of the song, they played it for me. And for some reason, immediately I had in my head this idea of Tosh being in this sci-fi spaceship setting in there. It does The lyrics of the song are not, it's not a sci-fi song, but for some reason it just the cold emptiness of space seemed to fit, at least as a starting point. And that's kind of what was the initial thought, where it kind of the idea sprawled from there. So we're going to be doing this epic sci-fi music video set, mostly in space. There's some Earth stuff too. I'm not going to give away too much of it, but every shot in this film is going to have some cool effects, and yeah, it's just going to be pretty crazy. And I can't wait to make it. And then of course I can't wait to show you guys and see what you think.
Yeah, Clint's imagination and storytelling has always blown my mind. One of the things I've always like really loved and appreciated about working with Clint is that like not only does he listen to the song, but he really like pays attention to the lyrics. And I'm such a lyric nerd, and so that means a lot. And I mean, he's a fellow lyricist himself, an amazing lyricist. So
Oh, thank
it's
you.
like I know, when we create with Clint that it's like he's going to really, really like not only tell an amazing story, but I think like really bring a different like meaning, like elevate the meaning, I think, of the music. So yeah.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, it's important to me to I never want to do like a literal translation of a song, because to me those kind of literal music videos tend to be just not that inspired, are kind of boring to watch. But it's always my goal to tell a story, but within that story to reinforce the themes that are happening kind of under the surface of the lyrics. So that even though it's not a direct one-to-one relationship with the lyrics, it still feels very much like it reinforces those themes and hopefully leaves the audience with the same emotion that that song is giving you by itself. So,
Dusty is saying that he's always curious about your latest horror effects.
oh, well, thanks. Yeah, I mean, lately I am, I'm just constantly working on stuff. I'm working on a couple movies right now on the visual effects side of things, and just today wrapped up some illustrations for the new season, an episode of the Rookie, a new a TV show. It's in the eighth season now, but that was just an art thing. But yeah, generally my bread and butter is doing visual effects, kind of digital stuff, and I get to do props and physical stuff from time to time as well. So keeping busy with that stuff for sure.
Hmm.
I think
But
that's amazing. I was wondering actually, like, I mean, you shared this with me, but if you could share with our audience, like what got you started into that world within the film realm, visual effects and prop making.
oh yeah, so a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, I was a tattoo artist. And so I'm also an oil painter. I show in a lot of galleries and so forth. And one of my tattoo clients was another artist named Skip Crank, who I showed in galleries with. And he is a prop guy in the film industry. And at the time, he was working on Scream 4, and he got me into that movie doing a painting that's just in the background of the film. And I had a great time working on it, and him and the rest of the prop team, JP Jones, the prop master and stuff, they liked what I did, and they pulled me in on their next movie, which was We Bought a Zoo, a Cameron Crowe film, and I did some artwork for that. And that was a bigger budget film that had just a very large art department. So I met a ton of new art department people, the prop people, the production designers, and so forth. And after that film, everyone scattered and went off to do different film and TV projects. And almost all of them, or maybe exactly all of them, ended up hiring me on all these different things that they did. And then it kind of sprawled from there. And that's how I got started doing props and art for film and television. But as far as the visual effects side of things go, I I was doing a music video for my band System Sin, and I had a very limited budget to work with, but I had a very ambitious concept, and I was going out to all these different visual effects artists and companies, getting quotes for what I wanted to do with this video, and all of the quotes I got back were just uh, astronomical, way more money than I had in the entire budget for the music video. So at that point, I just decided to learn how to do it myself. And once I did then I started being more ambitious with my own concepts for things that I was directing. And just by knowing that I could do it myself and getting more and more ambitious with it, I just built up the skill set, and then eventually started getting hired by other directors and producers and so forth to do it for their films and so forth. And then it turned into something I do quite often now.
I think that's
Yeah.
amazing. I mean, one of the things that really struck me when you were first sharing your idea is just like, okay, this is the idea, and there's different ways that we can go with it, but like the main core like story and idea is there. But the fact that you've learned how to create within constraints, where you're like, okay, this is the budget, this is the resources, and I'm gonna figure out how to make that happen. That's incredible.
Thanks. Yeah, I mean that's really kind of the fun part. I mean, granted, I love working on things that have infinite budgets. I mean,
Yes,
not
yes.
infinite, but I've worked on some pretty big Hollywood films where the budget it was never an obstacle with what I wanted to do.
Right.
But for me, so I think when you have the constraints of budget or time, or oftentimes both, that's when the really interesting creative ideas come out. And when I'm working on my own projects, I very often don't have big budgets well, I never have big budgets to work on my own projects. So, but that doesn't stifle my ambition. So I always have to figure out how do I do something high concept, big budget for a low amount of money. And just going into it with that mindset, you come up with some really cool workarounds for how to get what you want on film, but without breaking the bank, and still making it accessible to for the time and budget constraints.
You're getting a question from Ronnie. My daughter wants to go to film school to be a director. Do you have any advice or insights you could share to help her get started?
Yeah, I mean, you might not like my advice, but my advice is don't go to film school. Now that being said, look, I've been on, I've been on many a film set, and some of the PAs and stuff sit around and talk about how they are in debt and spend a lot of money going to film school, where all of the producers and so forth are the guys kind of running the ship just kind of learned from experience. I personally, it really all depends on how your daughter learns best, or how the individual learns best. Some people learn great in a classroom environment. For me, I've always learned best by just doing it. So I think the best film school you could have is just to make your own movie, even if it's shot on an iPhone, with your friends. Like, the more you can just go out there and do the work, you're going to learn so much more than you are sitting in a classroom learning about things in the abstract. That then, especially because when you're making your own thing, uh, you very often have to fill multiple roles, and you not only learn the job of the director, but you learn the job of the cinematographer and the editor and so forth. And as you continue on with your career and you get to the point where you're hiring a whole crew worth of people, just having the knowledge of how to do those jobs makes it easier to have conversations with your crew about to relay your vision and how they can help you get your vision onto screen. So that's my advice is just do it. Just go out there and make the films, and take the money you're going to spend on film school and put it towards the budget of your own film.
That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, if you find that there might be like certain skills that you don't know much about, like where do you usually go to learn about that? Is it like online or YouTube or
Yeah, there is nothing in the world that you could want to learn that you can't find endless amounts of videos on YouTube about. That's a great a resource. I learn a lot from reading books. I mean, maybe I'm old school like that, but there's been a million fantastic books written on every subject about filmmaking, or any kind of anything you would possibly want to learn. So books and YouTube are my go-to. And then if you are lucky enough to know people that are doing the thing or something adjacent to what you want to be doing, just have conversations with people. I found in general that most people are very happy and open to talking about what they do. So I've learned a lot just by asking people questions, and I've lucked out with getting people who were kind enough to share their time and information with me.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
feel
so
like you're
inspiring.
Yeah, I mean you're like that yourself. I've spoken to other artists who sing your praises about the fact that you're like, I mean, Clint's amazing and he's always willing to share knowledge and, share
Mhm.
process and stuff. And yeah.
I think it's important to, just what you put out there comes back to you. So, if you're reaping the benefit of other people's knowledge, why not, help out
Yeah.
other people who could use some of yours. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. No, I am very just inspired always to work with you, Clint, and it's always
likewise,
like really
you
fun.
guys, yeah, you guys are a blast to work with and are very inspirational to me. So,
Yeah.
it's just a
Mutual
mutual
inspiration is
admiration
always fun.
society here.
Yeah. Well, you guys were talking about the idea of, um, creating under limitations, like when there's like either a time limitation or um, budget limitations. I feel like sometimes that is definitely what creates really like super creative art, like whether it's like music or, photography. It definitely made me think of just this last week. We sort of had an idea, and we went from inception, like the concept of the idea, and then we went straight to like just making it happen in the matter of 3 days. And now we have new cover art for So Below. So I'm really excited to share that as part of like what we'll be going through and whatnot. But yeah, that's just an example of like what can happen when you have these like specific limitations. But I feel like it like results sometimes in like really fun art, stuff you do stuff that you would never think of, in this example, like we use like a lot of practical effects, not even practical effects, just like creating stuff in the real world, to like use as a prop, like, I could, if you guys want, I could like do like a little screen share and go through a little bit of what we have in store for the Kickstarter and for some of the new art and everything.
Do it.
Unless there's, yeah, okay, cool. Um, so I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen. I've got to flip over to my other computer really quick.
While you're doing that, real quick, Clint had a
Mhm.
question from Jacob. Which directors have you worked with? I'm sure you have many.
Oh yeah, I mean I worked with a ton over the years, ones that are notable. Well, I should say too that I've worked on a lot of films for well-known directors. That doesn't always mean that I'm talking with the director directly. Oftentimes there will be a middleman in between me and them,
Hmm.
either a prop master or an art director or things like that. Sometimes I get to work directly with them, which is cool. Like We Bought a Zoo, Cameron Crowe was very involved with it. But I have worked on films for J.J. Abrams, David Fincher,
Wow.
Wes Craven, like I mentioned before. I did a TV show pilot for Sam Raimi. But in those cases, I was working generally with the prop masters, so not
Hmm.
directly with them. I'm working on doing visual effects right now on a film uh, co-directed by Jeff Farrell and Voltaire, the awesome musician, and working directly with them, and they're really cool and gracious.
Oh, you're working with Voltaire on his
Yeah, yeah,
movie?
That's so
That's
yeah.
awesome.
cool.
Mhm.
I saw I think he did a Kickstarter too, right? Or something like
I
that
I
and
don't know
raised
this.
funds.
This film I'm working
Okay.
on now is called Demonatrix, so they may have done a Kickstarter. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I came in on the post production side, so it was already filmed by the time that they brought me on board.
that's amazing. Well, before we like jump into the Kickstarter situation, I wanted to share some of the art like that we were just talking about and very excited about. So I'm just gonna pop up the actual the photo with basically like a mock-up of the new artwork. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pop it on the screen here. And let me know if anyone can't see it. You should be able to see it through the screen share. But we're really, really very excited about this. So this is a really fun story. Like this just happened like this last week. This photo, this is just a photograph, and we talked to, we had this idea of like doing this sort of a variation of the artwork that Daphne did on the album for As Above, So Below. We wanted to try to bring it to life, but like, also represent the evolution of So Below, and so we came up with this idea of sort of, I don't know, Tosh, like, do you know what to even call this? Is this like a crown or a disc? How would you describe this?
Is it an amplifier for your third eye?
Yes.
I like that explanation. Yes. I'd love to hear from the audience, like what y'all think, but
Mhm.
yes, all of the above.
It's such a
Yeah.
cool design. I love that piece. How did the
Yeah.
physical piece come to be?
So it was kind of like a inspiration back and forth between Scott, Rachel, and Nathan. And Nathan
Mhm.
has a 3D printer, so he was actually able to like take the image and create actually 3D print it. And there was different versions, like different colors, different versions, and this is the one we settled on that like translated the best. Especially with those colors, because we played around with like different backdrops and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And so yeah, and Rachel is such an incredible artist. She's the hair and makeup artist behind all of our visual, I think, aesthetic for Alice. So yeah, this definitely
Yeah.
inspired, I think, more to come. Hmm.
Yeah. No, we're so excited. And this is the cover, and just the cover, like we have multiple different items and pieces and parts of bundles and all these things for this Kickstarter that we're launching. But this is like the culmination. So Below is the culmination of, 4 or 5 years worth of touring, life, work, all the things as we got ready to, finally get this album done. And it's just coming together so quickly now. Like it's funny how like sometimes years go by and then all of a sudden like it's like a few weeks and it's all coming together. So really, really excited. And I just thought it was interesting to using the initial Daphne design, laying it out on the actual disc face was very similar to how it looks like on the cover. So I was just like, oh wow, that's interesting.
Totally.
Anyways.
That headpiece would be so cool, like mounted over your microphone on stage. So when you go to sing, it
Mhm.
fits right in there.
Funny
Mhm.
you should mention that.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
There are some
definitely
ideas that are brewing for
Oh,
sure.
excellent, excellent.
yeah.
Is that
Yes.
fragile or is
Oh,
it I imagine with 3D
Yes.
printing it's probably a little brittle.
Yes,
But
this
yeah.
incarnation is so like again, part of the brilliance between Rachel and Nathan is that they're also technicians. Like not only are they incredible artists, but it's like kind of like they have the engineering brain where they're like, okay, like with this paradigm, like how do we make this work? And so I was like, guys, can we make something that will survive the wind tunnel of Tosh? Because I am a wind tunnel on stage.
Yeah.
So that's kind of in the works right now that they're brewing up.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really, really exciting. And yeah, so and I guess that'll bring us into the actual Kickstarter. And something that I could just do right off the bat is actually we have this whole pitch video that we created around the Kickstarter. And I could just go ahead and play that if that sounds good to you guys. So you could get the entire pitch, before it's even launched, Um, let me know if that sounds good and I'll go for it. You guys
Uh,
want it?
Real
I
quick,
want it.
Jacob,
Yeah.
Jacob is asking, is any of this art going to be in the merch version?
Oh, like a t-shirt or
Maybe a
yeah,
poster?
we're definitely going to be putting it on. We do have posters and t-shirts that we're going to be putting this art on, definitely. So like one of the things in the Kickstarter is a brand new t-shirt, and this design will be on it. We'll use the technology that'll just basically print more of a photography based art on a shirt, and we'll see how that looks. I'll mess around with a little bit with it, but I think it would look really beautiful on a shirt. And yeah, definitely. So we'll have shirts, we'll have posters, And if you guys have any other suggestions, let us know. Like we're always open to like anything, if you're like, put it on a patch or sticker. So, that's all fair game. But yeah, I will go ahead and play the video. So let me know if you guys can hear
This project is.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear that?
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to get started again. Let's do it.
This project is bigger than anything that we've ever done. We're talking our first final, double CDs, a sci-fi space-inspired music video, and immersive experiences for our supporters. And we can't do this without your support. At the heart of Alice is our amazing collaborative team of incredible artists that we get to work with. There's Clint Carney, who's going to be directing a music video for Say My Name. There's Nathan Trowbridge, who is helping us to create our album art with his amazing photography. There's Rachel Lee, who is the mastermind behind our hair and makeup. There's James Curcio, who is illustrating my short story, and a group of other incredible artists that we're excited to collaborate with. That's just the tip of the iceberg. We're really excited to bring all of this to life. So it's not just about these amazing collaborators. Our band works collectively to create everything from writing the music when we jam, and we really love to start foundationally from playing live. At the heart of our band is creative experience that we get to do together, from writing lyrics, arranging harmonies, and producing the music. The meanings that we're playing around with on As Above, So Below include finding your freedom, the tree of life, and the transition of life as part of the human journey. I like to think of music as a way of transforming and alchemizing some of the hardest experiences that we've ever had. Alice has been an independent DIY collective from the very beginning, and it has been possible because of our incredible community. Every single dollar and message and comment has been the absolute lifeblood of what we do. I feel like what we're creating together is a shared dream and experience and journey together. With this Kickstarter, we're building that world even further, and we would love for you to join us in this evolution of As Above, So Below. We want you to be a part of the fabric that we're weaving together in this journey, and we're really excited to share it with you.
All right. So that is
Well done.
pitch video. So that was like 3 minutes or so, and it took me about 3.5 weeks to get that.
Turned out great, man. Yeah, it turned out amazing.
Thank you. It was definitely, I got a lot of help and tips from the master, which is you. So it was very helpful. I appreciated all the help. Thank you. But yeah, like I'll just go through the different levels of the Kickstarter really quick. And again, like we're supposed to launch today, but with that said, that just gives us more time to talk about some of the awesome tiers and items, and gives everyone some time to think about it. And there should be something for everyone, I'm hoping. So as we go down, once you get to the Kickstarter page, you'll be able to read the whole backstory about, the album. We're just going to be giving like some highlights about the backstory, how we started in January of 2020, in Joshua Tree as a band writing together. And when COVID hit, we pivoted, and, everything was topsy-turvy, and we started live streaming that year, and that led to us touring, taking on more and more festival gigs, and just like constantly touring, putting out music here and there. But that just led us up to, where we are now, which is basically 5 years later, and ready to, put out the second half of this double album concept that we came up with. But yeah, without further ado, let me just go through some of the levels here. There's basically a Mad Hatter supporter level, which is like the very first one. We also have a digital download early access, so you'll be able to have access to the album before it comes out. And the official release date is, what date is that, Tosh?
Well, the first date of our tour is September 26th. So Yeah.
That's probably it. And awesome. And so the next level we have is actually something that's really awesome. And I think we haven't talked too much about it yet. And you've seen pictures. Some people have seen hints of the artwork, but there is basically a full color illustrated story. It's sort of like a cross between a graphic novel and a comic. And Tasha's newest story, which is put to words and images. And it's a collaboration between Tosh and an artist, James Curcio. Actually, James is someone who I've been friends with for, I think, probably half my life. And he's an incredible artist. He is versed in all types of multimedia art. You know, he does, I mean, he was doing Photoshop before most people knew what Photoshop even was, you know? So he taught me about that way back in the day. But yeah, it's just incredible. We can show some more samples of that. And so not to spend too much time, but let's just go through this. So then we have the So Below compact disc. So that's the CD. That second part of As Above, So Below. Oh, and this is the awesome little pitch video that we could play in a second as well that Clint did. We've got the So Below t-shirt, which is the newest art and the newest art that you just saw. We are having an LA release show, and we will be selling tickets for the release show through the Kickstarter here. We're still locking down the venue, but it is going to happen no matter where the show is going to happen. Then we start getting into some bigger sort of bundles. But first we have the As Above, So Below double disc set. So this one is a really fun situation as well. Let's see. I think I have, let's see, I'm looking for the dual CD mock-up. This is it. So this is the As Above, So Below double CD disc set. So this is actually Daphne's artwork, and yeah, we're just, you know, very excited to be able to have a really special dual CD package for both of them. And then we go on to a vinyl. So we're very excited to have a vinyl for the first time. The next thing we have here is actually Tosh action figure.
That's so cool.
So this is awesome. Yeah, it's like really insane. Let me see if I have a bigger shot over here.
So real quick, Matt Harsha is actually on YouTube right now. So Matt is the incredible artist that came to one of our St. Louis shows, and my mind was blown. I was like, oh my gosh, this is incredible. So this is the incredible work of Matt Harsha.
Yeah, it's really, really awesome. If you're into like collectible action figurines, like it's definitely one of a kind, really super limited. They're handmade figures, so it's definitely something that, you know, you could cherish forever. And from there we get into some bundles and some combos. We've got vinyl plus CD combo bundle, got deluxe CD box set, which includes a lot more things. And we keep on going more and more. We've got another deluxe vinyl box set, VIP tickets for the LA show, complete discography, fan pack, platinum collector box, and it keeps going. We've got a level that's Mad Hatter Army. Like basically you could become a member of the inner circle for life. So if you're into if you're like, all right, you know, I'm tired of like paying every month or every year, it's just one time and you'll be able to have inner circle for life. So a virtual cameo in the music video. So it would be your face or avatar will appear in a frame photo or background cameo in the music video. And this is also up to Clint's discretion too. He's the director, but we'll figure something out.
Yeah, it'll be a cool perk.
Yeah, for sure. Founders edition, and it just keeps going from there. There's a collaborator bundle, which is basically we could do a custom remix for one of your songs, or you could choose a cover song for us to cover. You also get associate producer credit on the music video, plus the platinum collector box. And it keeps going from there. Like there's something for everyone, every single level. There's the holy shit level, which is there.
Good title.
Yeah. And really quick, I just wanted to show some of the art. Tosh, is it okay if I show some of the pages from your graphic novel, or do you want to hold off on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe a few pages,
Yeah.
see James's amazing work. So Ryben was asking, because some of y'all who have been to our show have seen like this teaser comic that's been on our merch tables called Flight. And
Mhm.
so yes, this is the same artist. It's a different story. Flight's going to be something that we explore on down the line. That's kind of a bigger project, but this is the same artist that we get to work with, who translated visually, I guess, the story that I've been working on for the past year.
I will say too, I was lucky enough to Tosh shared a early draft of the story with me, so I got to read it, and it's a fantastic story. She's an amazing writer, so
Oh,
you guys are going to love it, of course.
thank you, Clint.
It is good. Yeah, I love what James has done.
Yeah,
That's the
that's super
cover.
cool. I love the color palette on that too. That's beautiful.
And we've got I love this one. The
Nice.
girl and the fox. Oh my God. That's beautiful. Like,
Yeah.
love it. But yeah,
Yeah, the
I've got
first
those
time,
2 pages. Yeah.
the first time he showed me the fox, because the fox is the fennec fox is a central character in the story, and I was like, I'm in love. I need one myself. Yeah, so I need to find. Actually, I would love to see one in person. I've never seen one in person, only in
Oh,
pictures. So.
you gotta come out. My wife volunteers at the animal shelter, and they or a sanctuary, and they've got fennec foxes. You gotta come check them out.
Yes, please.
Aw.
I would love to. They're so
Yeah, I want to come
cute. I
along for
love them.
that.
Yes.
But yeah, so that's basically it, and also, once this Kickstarter's live, you'll be able to read through all the details. I don't want to spend all this time like reading through everything.
Can
But
I ask you a question to one of your audience members?
yeah,
So you said Mike, is the gentleman who created the toy?
Matt Harsh.
Matt,
Yes.
yeah.
All right.
Yes.
Well, first off, Matt, if you're still watching, great job on that. I'd be curious to know a little bit about your process. Is it a digital sculpt? Did you sculpt it physically? Are you 3D printing, et cetera? I just think it's so cool, and I would love to know what you did. So if you have a moment to chime in, please do.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
The question
Definitely.
is out there.
Yeah.
Ryben is also asking, will there be stretch goals and things like that in the Kickstarter? Also, I remembered some ideas that
Mhm.
were mentioned were tarot cards and Nick's plushies. Are those still, is that still an idea floating around?
That's awesome. That's an awesome idea. And you know what? The Kickstarter's not even launched yet, so any ideas are on the table. So let's collect as many ideas as you all have, and we will absolutely make them into stretch goals. And we do actually have some more stretch goals involved that we're already planning on for the Kickstarter. One of them is once we reach a certain amount of funding, we will be able to increase the budget to the music video that we're going to be making with Clint. And so that will offer us more opportunities. I don't want to talk too much about specifics right now, but it'll definitely open up some more cool perks and opportunities.
Can I speak a little bit
Yeah.
about like
Oh,
a
please.
hint
Yeah.
of what that might
Yes.
be?
Yes.
So, as we talked about before, if I love working with the constraints, right? You can always come up with creative ways to do things. And because I work in the digital space, I can certainly do a lot digitally. But if the budget of the music video increases, then we get into the realm of doing more physical things. I would love to build sets, to do miniatures, and of course, the costuming budget can increase and so forth. So if we get into the realm of actually getting to build physical things and not having to lean so much on the digital, those physical things that we can create can also become available to you guys. But of course, that's going to depend on the how well the fundraising for the budget goes. So
Exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna bring up some more of those stretch goals that we have and that we're planning on. It's funny because I've been so consumed with just getting this thing launched for just the regular normal levels. Like, it's good to think about this right now. And now that we have a few more days padding, like we could really explore those even further. So for anyone who's like in the chat right now, if you have any other goals, any other ideas for stretch goals, like please throw them in the chat and we will definitely probably do all of them. So
or things that you'd like to see. 'Cause
yeah,
like I'm seeing other people really loving the idea of Nick's plushies and also the tarot cards. And Matt actually answered your question.
oh, cool.
Thank you for the compliments. There are several mediums involved in my figure making process: 3D printing, hand sculpting, part swapping, fabric sewing, and of course painting.
Very
It's
cool. Well, you
incredible.
did a fantastic job, and anybody who gets that tier will be lucky to have one of your pieces. It's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Like when you see it in person, it's incredible to see the detail and the thoughtfulness that went behind the details. Yeah, it's amazing.
Nice.
yes. Some other ideas for stretch goals that we have that we're planning on right now, and this is definitely something we can expand upon, is if we reach $40,000 in funding, we'll do a remix EP. If we reach a certain amount, let's see, we have like what we were talking about before, like an enhanced video. If we reach another level, we'll have a professionally shot live album for the LA release show. We'll be able to fund that. And there's another level where we, instead of just having this single vinyl, we will have a double vinyl with the gatefold. So that's like, vinyl is a whole beast within itself. So it's definitely has to be part of an upgraded vinyl would be part of a stretch goal for sure. And then if we hit $100,000, we will be able to fund at least a few more music videos for sure. But I mean, these are just ideas. So if, I really like the idea of the plushie and tarot cards. Something to get something super tangible into your hands is something that is always awesome, and I'm always going to advocate for. So
Is this tarot
yeah,
card idea something you've been playing around with before? It sounds like it was an idea that you.
yeah,
So
for sure. It's something.
what
Yeah,
can you tell me about that?
It's
yeah.
been
Oh
brewing.
man.
It's been brewing in the
Mhm.
ethers, like just with, I mean, I've had several conversations where people have been like, it feels like in the Alice universe. I'd love to see something like that. Yeah, and I don't know. I think with the incredible artists in our community, I'm like, I'd love to see that come alive. So yeah,
Yeah,
Sure. Nice.
yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
But yeah,
So
no, that's awesome. For that is pretty much the Kickstarter in a nutshell. So, yeah, I'll definitely be looking at all the chats and comments and stuff after we get off, so we could compile some more ideas, and we'll use that. Now that we have a few more days to
Hey, Scott.
launch. Yeah,
If in the off chance that someone watching is not on your mailing list, how can they get on that so that they can learn about the Kickstarter when you launch it?
that's a great idea. Thanks for mentioning that. Yeah, so for sure, for those that want to be really in the know for the Kickstarter, please sign up for our email list if you're not already on there. It's army.ilikealice.com. It's literally the Mad Hatter Army, but once you sign up to the Mad Hatter Army, it's totally free. You just give us your email address and you'll be on our mailing list and you'll get notifications. Probably this week it's going to be a daily thing. to get emails and updates about when we're going to be doing the actual launch, including like ways you could submit feedback and ideas for stretch goals and anything else. We love our email list. It is our foundational to our entire universe here. So feel free to sign up, and that's army.ilikealice.com.
Excellent.
Tom is saying your name and liner notes of the CD is a common one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I thought that definitely is something that we were thinking about, for sure. Or if there's
Oh yeah.
anybody that you want to memorialize as well, because part of the inspiration for As Above, So Below is honoring the people who are no longer with us. So we thought that would be part of something that would make the album like really special. So yes, I think kindred minds think alike for sure. Handwritten lyrics to the album. I love this idea. However, if y'all have seen my handwriting, it's pretty illegible, so I have to translate my handwriting for most people, but I'd be happy to handwrite lyrics too. They just won't be able to be read.
That's how they would know it's official, though, right?
This is true.
If
Exactly.
they get it and it's legible, well, then you didn't do it.
That's true. Then it's a copy. It's a fraudulent copy. Yes. So, yes, my illegible handwriting special.
And Charles is on YouTube is wondering if the vinyl cover will be signed by the band, and I would say, yeah, definitely. So I think like it might be like one of those things where it could be requested, because I think some people don't like they like to have it in like perfect, mint condition, that sort of thing. But if anyone wants it signed, of course, we'll sign it. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we're getting some great ideas. A tarot deck. That's really cute. Or a tarot card deck with some tea and an intention box. That might be really cool to have that all
Nice.
together. Yes. Tom is like, for a little extra, you get the Tosh writing decoder ring. Yes. Aw. Um, and also anything like involving fabrics, so like blankets, pillows. I think the
Mhm.
Nyx plushie for sure. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, Dusty caught that there's some like handwritten lyrics perk as well. That's in there. And yeah, we do have credits in the liner notes as well. And we'll put in the memorial one too. I totally slipped on that, so we got to get that in there. So this is great. It's like we're going through like a dress rehearsal for the Kickstarter. So this works out.
Yeah, it's good to have the early feedback.
Yeah.
Give the
Yeah,
people what
so
they want.
yes.
Mhm.
We are launching our tour, which we'll be announcing very soon, in September. And to get ready for that, we're gonna have like a series of rehearsals. So one we'll have like a kind of a dress rehearsal, and that will be just for Inner Circle, and then we'll have a public performance as well. So a couple of live streams that y'all can catch.
Yeah.
And we thought that'd be a fun way to kind of share our process, because it's always kind of fun to kind of show behind the scenes, like what goes on in the wily world of strange band folk.
Yeah. We love our streams. It's fun.
Yes.
Oh man, but yeah, the tarot card idea is great. When we were doing this photo with Nathan, I think we even mentioned, we're like, wow, this totally looks like a tarot card as well. So yeah, maybe like a series would be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the idea
Mm,
of really diving into like very strong, iconic images. I think that was something that was really an inspiration for that
mhm.
particular photo shoot. So just like really thinking about symbolism and like it's something I like about certain kinds of art where it's like there's something very strong about like certain simple images. So yeah, We'll see what we come up with for that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Well, if
no.
yeah, if there's any additional questions, thoughts, inspirations.
Oh wait. Oh, I thought Clint was talking, but I was looking at the other screen. I was like, all right, never mind.
Oh, Tom is asking about developing the headpiece as an actual product. Yeah, we thought about that. That's definitely something that we'll play around with. It's an engineering feat as well, because it's a matter of figuring out something that's more sturdy. Because it's one thing to have it in a photo where you're just really still, but like figuring out something that could be a little bit more sturdy. So, but I love that idea. That was something that I think would be really cool.
The design looks like you could make a really cool pendant too if you shrunk it down, as a necklace and
Yeah.
did it in metal,
Oh, I love that idea for sure.
Dude.
Have like a little, yes.
Of course, then you gotta get into casting metal, but still worth it.
All right, it's time to learn that too.
Oh my gosh.
God.
I think back to
Tasha's
like
gonna bring a forge around to the merch booth
Yeah.
to be casting necklaces at the merch booth.
I could see myself doing that. Early Alice releases, like I was literally like assembling like the actual like CD with like this whole like handmade gatefold thing for the album that was like screen printed by hand, and I was screen printing our shirts like from the very beginning, and here we are now.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I still like to do things by hand, but there's certain things that are hard to do by hand when you have to do more of them, like shirts. Shirts are definitely a thing that it's
Yeah.
nice to use a screen printer for. So, yeah. But
Yeah, I mean, you did those boxes and it was amazing, but it literally took you like one day for one box.
mhm.
And that's just hours. It's not like literal days. So it's like, all right, this takes about 8 hours to do a box, and you have to figure out how to find those hours. So yeah, it's
My
definitely,
my bandmates got used to like the sound of sanding because like like every like second I got in between what we were doing as I was either sanding or painting. So yeah, lots of sanding for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. It does take a long time to do handmade items, as Clint, even Matt can attest to. It's funny because you see this finished product that can be teeny tiny, but there can be many, many hours that go into making each thing. So
Absolutely, that's what makes
I,
them so special, though.
yeah.
I just really quick, I saw Ryben was asking in the chat that Kickstarter has a preview mode before a launch happens, and he's wondering if that is available, or do we have to wait for the launch to see everything? It just depends on if we have that preview mode available during the verification process. I'll check in tomorrow. Like
I,
basically, what was that?
I think that the preview mode only becomes available after you get approved.
Mhm.
So you could do that, but then you would be delaying the launch later. I believe I could be
Right.
wrong on that, but that's I think what
Yeah,
it
that seems
is.
to make sense. Yeah. So yeah, we'll probably just launch, but we will be previewing everything through the Mad Hatter Army. I'll be sending some emails out, so make sure to sign up to the email list at army.ilikealice.com if you haven't already. Add us to your allowed list, like in your email client. Oftentimes, emails can just easily go to spam, even if it's not spam. So just make sure we're like, in your whitelist, basically. And we'll be sending some emails out. We will be communicating in the Facebook group and our Discord. I will be going through and putting together like a document where you could see all the different levels and tiers. And, I think just having that is really helpful to get your feedback too, because if you give me some feedback about some specific things that you'd like to see before the launch, like we could get it in there and it'll be available. So this is awesome. Really very useful. Yeah.
Well, I think if there are no other questions, Clint, thank you so much again for joining us.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Yeah,
Looking forward
thank
to
you.
working with you guys on the video.
Yes,
So stoked.
yes. And thank y'all so much for being so supportive and inspiring. Really, really appreciate it. Really appreciate the incredible support that some of y'all have been alongside of us for years. Some of you are new to us. But whatever the case, I just feel very, very grateful to be amongst such wonderful people and supporters and friends. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, everyone.
Yes.
All
Yeah,
right.
so we're gonna have a tea time now for our inner circle. But for those of you who are not joining us, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, wonderful rest of your Sunday, and sending much love out there.